Good peoples, good peoples. Good peoples, good peoples, good people.
Really? That's how we're going to start?
Yeah,
Good morning, everybody.
What up, people? Hey, everybody late this morning.
As you can see.
Kaiser, I guess he ran out of gas or something.
Oh, gosh.
You know, he had to siphon some lawnmower gas, put it in his lawnmower. Or take it out of his lawnmower.
With the hose and everything?
Yeah, you know how back in the old school days, you know.
Yeah.
So he'll be here in just a second. And Jazz
Is now
Cam. And Jazz had a piano recital. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. I can't lie for you, Jazz. Get your Jazz here.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say that. Yep.
Go ahead and press that H, man. Let's get started. Man, we got a lot to talk about this morning, so we ain't gonna but as the church say, belong a time.
What church says that?
What? You ain't never heard that?
Belong a time?
We ain't gonna belong a time. That's what I think they say.
I don't even know what they meant to say. Belong a time?
We ain't gonna belong a time.
Everything
I
came
just
together
like,
in the
I
booth.
always heard we ain't gonna belong a time.
Or baloney time?
Do a podcast with
No,
the interview.
Talking about sandwiches?
We ain't gonna belong in
Got a
time,
resume
baby.
longer than another
belong
team.
in
Got something for the
time.
kids,
I
something
think
for the
that's what
queen.
they
Still
saying.
gotta
That
win the
makes
team
more
by the
sense.
But my dad used to say, I reckon so. So I caught on to, oh, he saying, I reckon so.
And no matter what, we gon' tell the truth. See time harvest, you gon' see the fruit. Put the kid tank, gotta pull it from the roots. Get the blessing, get the bag, gotta get the loot. Found another way to preach, we don't need a suit. General in the game, looking for recruits.
Let's go, everybody.
You now locked in with Canton Jones and Messenja on In the Booth podcast.
Make sure you invite, share the link, get people involved, stop being stingy, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so Pastor Kaiser, Messenger said he'll be here in 5 minutes. And knowing
coaching
him,
time, what is
right?
that?
Knowing him over the years, that's 30 minutes. So so we didn't want to belong a time.
Belong a time,
Yeah,
great.
I'm telling you, man.
Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us in the booth today. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I couldn't get away from this either way. Please like, share, and subscribe to the show on Facebook, YouTube, and all podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Well, you not on coaching time.
No. He gave me that like 12 minutes ago.
Oh,
He
okay,
said
so
he 5 minutes up the street.
Okay, gotcha.
He like, I'll be there right.
Yeah, look at Pastor Kaiser coming
Bishop
in.
Kaiser coming
Bishop
in. No, you
Messenger.
got to put the finger up, bro. You got to put the Kojic finger up, bro.
I got the cool in my hand.
You got to put the Kojic finger up, bro. You got to do that and hump over. That's it right there. That's it right there. So,
Makes you disappear, right?
Yeah. Cam, can you make sure his camera good? So look, ladies and gentlemen, it's going up November 11th. It's called Jazz and Jokes. We're doing it once again at Nate Church, 2018 Lake Harbor Road in Morrow, Georgia. Man, we've been this is like the fourth.
The fourth one?
The fourth one. And so we've been doing real good, man. God is growing the event, and it's been hilarious. It's been great, man. People have been laughing, and I believe people have been laughing themselves into health. And so November 11th is going up, only $30. Listen, 18 and under free now. I'm letting the kids in free, letting the teenagers in free. Y'all come on. Now, if you're 19, all right, you got to pay. But 18 and under is in free. Alexis Spite will be there. Amazing singer, anointed woman of God. And she's a youth pastor, so we're going to.
Super dope.
Yeah.
She was my youth pastor, but I had so much fun.
Yeah, man. And so, we had a lot of fun. Minion performed over at our church, and it was awesome. And so also comedian Sean Larkin will be in the building. So big shout out to Sean Larkin out of the Black Top Improv group. So and also Vernon Messom in the Jazz Quartet. And them boys had that thing feeling like Harlem Nights last time.
Yep.
I mean, made me want to put on a zoot suit.
Yes.
They just kept it classic, man. So, and then of course we got to do it for the culture. 1K P Son will be in the building out of the 1K Famo camp. Shout out to 1K Few. And also my wife, Ramona Estelle Jones, will be in the building. And also, man, Messenja will be there playing games. Bishop Messenja, Dr. Messenja, Pastor Mr. Messenja will be in the building. And then my sister will be bringing it home, comedian Small Fire. Every time that I've seen her do her thing, she's absolutely ripped it up and smashed it, man, and it's been amazing. So make sure you get your tickets right now. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor. Get to the ATL. If you are in Washington State, Seattle, Washington, and you want to get here, you need to start driving now. You know, and make it a trip with your family. You need to start driving now. If you are coming from L.A., you need to start driving now. You need to get here right now.
Right.
You know, and so come enjoy Jazz and Jokes with us. And if you're in the ATL, you sure enough need to be here.
No
all
excuse.
Right? No excuse. Let's go. All right. So, man, come and enjoy it. Laugh with us. Sometimes, man, you feel like you're too saved, too holy to laugh. And so we need people that's this man gonna pull up the wrong audio. What's wrong with this man? This man come in just fumbling the ball.
This guy
All
right here.
And but I feel like people need to laugh, man. And we are going by the theme, laughing yourself to life, man. And we believe that people will be healed, delivered, set free simply by just laughing. And I remember, I'm telling you, I laughed myself into health one time watching a boxing match. Thank you, Nate Robinson. I need to send you an offering.
Yes.
Yeah, Nate Robinson. When I seen them feet go left and that face go right, yes, that thing delivered me.
Great.
And so I need to send an offering to Pastor Nate Robinson
Now he's Pastor
for
Nate
getting
Robinson.
knocked out. Or doctor, you know, because I was healed that day, completely healed.
I'm done.
Dr. Nate Robinson.
When he hit that mat, when he
Dr.
hit that
Nate
mat,
Robinson Medical Center.
when he hit that mat, boy, I was totally healed. So, man, so it's a lot going on in the world. Of course, we didn't want to talk about it yesterday because the news was so fresh, and so we wanted to get all the details. But we'll be talking about you know, rapper from Migos, Takeoff passed away at 28, and so this is a horrible, horrible tragedy, man. I just, you know, my post was just like, wow. You know, not only another rapper taken in gun violence, but this guy was like a quiet, kind of pushed back. He wasn't the one in drama. You never really heard about him a lot as far as, you know, his personal life, and you know, there were so many different reports that's out there that I don't really, you know, that's why I kind of want to wait, because, you know, one report was he got shot 52 times, and the other report was
52 times. Who said that?
Yeah. I don't want to say who said it, but it's out there, and with credible sources saying that, like, no.
Yeah.
And when we watched the footage, it wasn't even 52 shots.
Yeah.
And so it's so sad, man. It's just so sad, and the details of it, and then when you watch the footage, it's just horrible, man. On how petty the situation was. It wasn't even a deep situation, which makes some speculate that it was a hit, that they were gonna try to do something anyway. You know, some people said that, you know, somebody from his team was shooting and made a mistake and shot him.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was.
And that was multiple sources on, you know, how that transpired. But as far as they was shooting dice. You know, they was gambling, and they just swayed. And I posted on Facebook, you know, about the death and the toxic, destructive culture that hip hop perpetuates.
Yeah.
Something has to be done about it, because it's like, oh, it's over a dice game. Man, they could have been playing spades and somebody still would have got. It's not the dice. That's
and it
the
wasn't
problem.
even over the game. Did you hear the actual footage of the? Of
Yeah,
right
I mean, it was
before
after the
happened?
game, after the dice or whatever.
But they were talking about basketball.
Yeah.
They weren't even talking about the game itself. They were talking about something else.
Yeah.
Were they trying to get money? Like,
I don't know. The word is, I think, and don't quote me on this, that Quavo was down, you know, whatever, as far as
he
money.
didn't want to pay it?
I don't know what happened after that, but that's what's coming out, that he was down. I don't know if that carried over into the basketball talk or whatever. But I mean, obviously they knew the people. They wasn't like strangers to him or whatever. But it's just the culture. Like,
Did
they
were
can.
they fighting, or did he? Because it was a short scuffle. Then
Nah, I don't even think it was a fight. I think it was just a draw.
And did he aim it at him? Like, was it I hate to say a warning shot, but like, did he just shoot it randomly? Did he shoot it straight?
That doesn't
or aim
it doesn't
straight
show
to...
that. But if somebody on your own team shoots you in the head or near the head,
he was shooting at you.
or the super, I don't know, but to me that's just too careless.
Careless.
That's too careless.
Like, it wasn't intentional.
To pull a gun and hit somebody in the head that you with is just that to me is just,
You don't know what you're doing.
So I mean,
like, why
the footage
Now we did hear the conversation up to the shot, but I mean that's not grounds to pull out a gun.
Right, exactly. That's what I was saying.
yeah, it was just so.
Yeah,
Seemed
that's
random.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to pull a gun off that. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was, because if it's talking about basketball or something that happened in basketball, that says, okay, we have a relationship, we've been around each other, we know, backgrounds or whatever. But to do that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't
to
make
just
sense
pull out a gun and start shooting.
If Takeoff is behind them, then somebody had to be shooting from behind him.
Yeah, but it said Takeoff stood up and got shot. When the beef kind of escalated like real quick to, man, and he stood up and the shot came out and he got shot because he stood up when he wasn't even in the spat.
Yeah.
He stood.
Yeah.
He
So the dude aimed at him?
I don't know if the dude was
that's not
aiming.
his guy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if the dude was aiming and he stood up. He got in the line of fire. But still, that's just carelessness. Number one, why you pull the gun out like that? It wasn't even a fight.
Right,
it wasn't even
in a close proximity where your homeboys at.
It's in the mall, ain't it?
It was outside of the bowling alley, so it was
With the bowling alley was
like
in the
a
mall. Yeah, it's like a mall or something. Like, why would you jump to that? And we just got through talking about guns and being first, conflict resolution. Like,
I forgot we just talked about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just a wild, wild west. It's like, okay, let's get a gun. We ain't even fighting no more. Like, you raise your voice, it goes straight to a gun now.
So who is he trying to shoot?
I guess
Whoever was charging at Quavo.
Whoever was beefing with Quavo.
So the dude.
And then he stood up and got in the way. That's what it seemed like.
But what it seemed like the dude that Quavo was talking to was on their team. It doesn't seem like any enemies were there.
Oh, I didn't think about that. He was just mad at somebody on his own team.
Who? No. I mean, it was towards the other side or whatever, the initial shot. And then they started shooting back. So.
Well, what he's saying is they were all probably playing the game together, and he didn't like how it went down.
You're saying outside, they were shooting dice outside of the mall.
I think they were shooting dice in the bowling alley. I think it was on a pool table because there's a picture online of them with the same clothes on at a pool table. I think the pool table is in the bowling alley, and I think that carried on outside where the actual shot happened or whatever, where Takeoff is on the ground. That's what I'm saying. Like, the conversation went, it could have triggered from, that's what I'm saying, it could have triggered from the dice or whatever into them talking about some old basketball stuff or whatever. But to me, that doesn't make any sense. A grounds to even pull out a gun. Like, the gun at no point had a point to come out. Like, nobody swung or there was no.
Or unless the tension had gotten to a point where it
but
was
still,
high,
even tension, like you can,
down.
but you can still break. Hey man, cool. Tension can happen. You can still like defuse it or whatever. For hey man, look at man, we out of here, man. Whatever.
And that's actually what happened. He was like, all right, forget that. He walked away, and then the shots happened.
Yeah, like something. Well, we don't see the camera footage of. It was like, man, forget that, I'm out. And then he's walking away, and some type of scuffle happened. So if he's saying I'm out, is it like, it doesn't seem like the dude that he's talking to is his enemy. It's like the dude is
I'm
bringing
saying, yeah,
him a
he
message.
know him. I'm saying he knew him, but I think there was an argument between them.
Right.
They were definitely arguing. So
Not like that. It don't seem like they were arguing. It seemed like he was saying something to somebody that he brought a message from. So the shots were meant for the dude that was with them? Because it seemed like everybody was together at that point.
No. It's just...
It's that's weird, bro. Unless somebody ran up on them that we don't know about. Because who are you shooting at?
And my question is, why are you shooting? Nobody was fighting. Like, nobody was... It wasn't a scrap. It wasn't even to that point. It wasn't even like, oh, I'm a... F you up, like it wasn't even. It wasn't even. It ain't even got to that. Like it's just
Maybe
the guns
it was a
are being.
lot that led up to it.
I don't know. The guns are being pulled
whatever
too
was happening
fast.
before that, this was like the last straw for that person.
But that seems
you don't hear that in the argument.
It sounds real died down. Like it's like over. He like, man, forget that. That's it. Like, unless somebody's saying you ain't finna leave, you ain't finna just take my money. But
unless the person that shot Takeoff was the hothead, and he jumped the gun. No pun intended.
But
yeah, I mean he could have been, but it's just
anything
yeah.
And so he was the hothead.
Either he's just stupid and careless, or
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Because two other people were shot too.
Right.
They got rushed to the hospital. They didn't give the update on their condition or whatnot. So there were other people that got hit, but I'm thinking whoever did the initial shot is just like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the Migos that did the shooting. It's the crowd. It's the company that you keep.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
And
that's why I feel like the culture is
to
toxic.
even talk to our sons and just sit them down like, look, this is what happened, and you need to be aware of your surroundings and who you're hanging out with. Everybody in your group is not clear-minded like you.
Yeah.
So make sure you're not just hanging around the hothead or somebody who's always angry, somebody who's always ready to jump the gun.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that I had to have that conversation with my 7-year-old, but that's where we are right now.
Yeah, this situation is different because all the other rappers was targeted. You know, Young Dolph, Nipsey, Tupac, Biggie, like they were going after. This is never should have happened. Well, none of them never should have happened, but none of them never should have happened. But this is somebody within your own camp shooting, carelessly.
jeez.
And yeah, this
I mean,
this was a
everything is speculation.
Company.
That's the reason why we didn't really want to talk about it yesterday. Everything is speculation. You don't have. I mean, you kind of drawing your own conclusion based off of the footage and based off of different reports. But wow, man, it almost seemed like, well, I don't want to start this, but it just seemed like dude was gonna kill him anyway. It just seemed like an agenda.
Yeah.
Cause it doesn't make no sense. Yeah. Now, you saying that he was, it don't make sense. Why would he be ducked down if they hadn't been shooting yet? You see what I'm saying?
Unless he was ducked down minding his own business. And that's what happened. And the commotion made him stand up.
But they was standing around. So, I mean.
Yeah, see, now they putting out conspiracy theories and all kind of stuff. And
like what?
And that's
like
going to happen a long time.
Yeah, he was a sacrifice for Quavo and this, that, yeah.
A sacrifice for
that-
what?
Yeah, that whole,
Illuminati.
Oh.
yeah,
You know how it is.
It's birthdays are most satanic days for blood sacrifice rituals. Yeah. Entertainment industries. The dice game was a stage. Quavo played his part very well. I don't know about that. This man was
That's his
family. Yeah,
Yeah, that's his nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which was
we don't
great.
know
And they were
if
raised
that's the
together as
truth.
brothers.
That's not the truth.
Yeah, we don't know if that's the truth.
I'm not even going with that.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
No sacrifice. Ain't nobody gonna do that.
yeah,
For what? For more money when they already rich?
Right.
yeah. I don't know.
No, man.
But I mean, it's a lot of stuff out there. But all we have is what eyewitness and
Do they know Or have they identified the shooter?
I haven't heard who the shooter was. They just said it was somebody from their camp. I don't know. It hadn't been released. Not that I've seen.
Do you feel like they're afraid to release it because if they release it, somebody's gonna put a hit out on him?
I don't know. But I mean, the Migos know who it is. It's somebody from their camp.
Yeah.
But my thing is,
Then that would have come out already, bro.
Yeah.
You think he's one of the ones that got shot?
Who?
The one that
Did the initial shoot? I mean, I don't know. It didn't release the it never released the people that got shot, but 2 other people did get shot, and it never released them. So,
man,
my thing is, and the thing I wanted to address more was the toxic culture of hip hop, because that's really what this to me is. It's just the toxic culture of violence. And it even if something is not even at a violent level, it just seems to just pop up. Oh, let me just pull a gun like this. It's perpetuating, a violent culture. And I made a statement on Facebook. I like, man, if you keep decreeing violent, it's going to manifest. It's going to manifest, Joe. That's what it. Ain't nobody shooting where violent lyrics ain't, a part of their culture. The country music artists can play Monopoly and not get shot. A pop artist can play Uno and nothing happen. Right. Gospel artists can play spades and nothing happen. Like now, the dice game boom to a basketball argument and then boom, a gun getting pulled out.
There was a rapper designer he went live
he
yesterday.
went crazy. Yeah, he was going.
And he was like, I'm done with rapping. I'm done with everything. And I felt like this is going to change a lot. Like people are going to really consider what they're rapping about, what they're doing, the lifestyle.
I feel like this hit different for some reason than the other. It just hit different. It's different. I mean, I know we've lost over the last 4 years. We've lost a lot of different rappers, but this one is different for some reason. Just like when a lot of people when the police brutality, which is still going on, Jesus, unarmed men being killed by police. But when George Floyd happened, I was like, man, this is different. This one feels different. And so because it felt different, it changed the world, It changed a lot, We have some people that went to jail for certain things. And so I just feel like this one is different. It feels different. It weighs different. It's heavier. And I think
it's closer to home.
Yeah, and even though Designer hadn't released any music that I know of, but I felt him. I really felt him when he was saying, "I'm done with this. I'm done with trying to do this for this culture." We and then the perpetuate. All of it is money. Yeah. All of it is money. Here's why: because those guys have all different types of emotions. So you might have a violent emotion at time when you're in the studio. You might want to talk about girls. You might want to talk about God. You might want to talk about your family. Those songs are not played, or they're ignored, or they might say, "Man, that's a little soft for you. We need you to come harder," like this guy right here. And the people with the money, bro, the ones that's not in the booth are the ones that's saying, "Man, we need some of that gangster stuff because that's what's selling."
Yeah,
and that's what it's about.
The people that's making the decisions ain't even black.
Right, and they're not in. So
what the thing is that a remnant, a small group of black people in the hood, got the mic and made the street corner mainstream.
Right.
Every black kid that grew up in the hood did not grow up on the corner.
Right.
There's plenty of black kids that got on the bus, went to school, went to classes, goofed off, was class clowns. Some of them graduated, some of them didn't. Came home, ate dinner, played games, got into bed, woke up, ate cheers, went back to school. Like that was your life in the hood.
Right.
Just because you grew up in the hood didn't mean you were
It's
on the
automatic,
corner
yeah.
in the street selling drugs. So
or even recognize the struggle. Like
Yeah.
you're a kid, you 7.
The-
You don't know nothing about no
bruh,
struggle.
but I'm saying if
Hey,
a
Jazz,
small
everybody say, hey, Jazz. Jazz just popped in off a spaceship and just was here.
it's just
Yeah. Camera
blended.
tricks.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think even like pimping in the 90s, well before the mid 90s, wasn't no rappers really talking about pimping. It wasn't until Bishop Don Juan and all these pimps started getting into music videos, and Snoop was a pimp, and UGK and 8 Ball MJ, everybody started talking about pimping, but they weren't in the necessarily in the pimp game,
Right.
making money
Right.
in the pimp game. But the small remnant of pimps in America influenced and made pimping mainstream. And then you got, I don't know what you heard about me, I'm a PI. And so like small remnants are becoming mainstream in influencing a toxic culture.
Yeah.
Violence.
And it's
Pimp,
on
like
purpose.
dehumanize. Yeah.
Like, it's on purpose.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. And they're being paid or the check is being cut by people that ain't of the culture to perpetuate this culture.
Right. So, I mean.
And that's the issue. And so violence is going to keep following. What I'm saying is violence is going, it just keeps following it for that reason.
Now, tell me this. Because, the devil, darkness, all that has no respect to person. There are things that's going on in other cultures that's evil. You know, people are dying, people are being raped, people are, happening in other cultures. Gun violence is our thing, but there's other things that's happening in other places. And so I always look at, okay, God, what can I do? What is my part? And what our people group is the church. And what are we doing? This is why I push so hard for youth activities, 13 to 30, the age of obscurity of Christ, 13 to 30, because this is where it's happening. And it seems like body of Christ wide in the African American church, there is no activities or very little activities
Targeted toward that age
towards that age group, and these are our kids. We can't expect, and we got so many people to blame, but we won't change. We got so many. We can blame the white man that's cut the check, or the person that's doing this, or the agenda of the politics, and we can.
Or the Illuminati.
But we won't change what we're doing.
Come on.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Like, you blame so you won't change. That's the purpose of blaming. I'm gonna blame you, so I don't have to do nothing different. I want you to change. And so we have the power as African American people, believers. I'm not even talking about people that don't subscribe to church. Believers, pastors, youth leaders, the body of Christ as a whole in the African American community have the power to change this narrative, but they will not. And that's the tripped out thing about we all. The only time we have youth conferences is when we have funerals.
Why don't we do it?
What?
Let's
Money. Because
we're not even talking about the higher ups. Let's just talk about
it is
the DJ at the basketball game at your kid's game. Why won't he change the music? I'm saying the lower level. That has nothing to do with money. Like why?
The DJ is not a believer.
What if he is a believer? What if he is a believer? What is his thought process on? I have to play this music.
Well, he has
Because he's playing.
As a DJ,
you're playing what people want to hear.
Yeah, you're playing what people want to hear, and you're hired. You're hired for that. If you start playing what they don't want to hear, you're fired for that. So therefore, But I told him, the DJ that I know that plays the music, and I got up there and built a relationship with him because he didn't know nothing about Christian hip hop. He didn't know nothing about what I hate to call the alternative. We're not the alternative. Jesus says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." So we it. They just don't know that. And I said, man, through having a conversation with him, he said, man, so what do I do? Do I stop playing the music that I'm playing totally and play all gospel or Christian hip hop or gospel hip hop? I was like, I wouldn't suggest you do that, but what I will suggest that you do is put it in, wean it in. You know, put in some gospel here and there. Put in, you know, some rap here and there that blends with the other stuff, so that people are getting light when they in a dark place, because, you know, because of who you are, God is allowing you to do what you do. Now your ministry in that place. Jesus had to look like sin to go to hell. He had to carry sin to go to hell to free them people. All right, to free the captives. So a lot of times when you don't look a part of the culture, then they're not going to accept you anyway. So, but we can do it. There are kids, there are people that are very talented and gifted that's at every church, because every church is in somebody's hood or close to it. Yeah. So you got somebody around there that could rap, that could dance, that's in the culture that the people who go to church raising them in. So it's not like they're not your kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If we trace Quavo, if we trace, they probably got some church folks somewhere.
Bruh,
that's in their family.
They are from Lawrenceville.
Yeah.
That's where they grew up. They're from Lawrenceville. Nothing about Lawrenceville, it reflects what they perpetuate in their music. Lawrenceville, Gwinnett County.
Well, the song that popped
was Bad and Bougie. Yeah.
And none of that. He was saying
they didn't record that in Gwinnett County. That video was not shot in Gwinnett County. Yeah.
But he was saying, you know, he was still saying that we came from nothing. So when you come from nothing, you know, like a lot of people try to say, see, a hood is not where you stay. Hood is a mentality.
That's what I'm saying.
So you can be in the best of neighborhoods and still have a hood mentality.
Because something has been, that mentality has been perpetuated,
which comes
to
from
the mainstream. When you see
white girls,
but I'm saying, when you see white girls fighting on Twitter, like a viral video, and both of them saying, "What's up, nigga? What's up, nigga?" I'm like, why are these white? Bro, they be saying that. They fight and they, bruh. And I'm like, okay, you get, they fight and you see a white. I'm like, man,
what?
The influence.
Wait, I ain't never heard that.
You ain't never heard that, bruh? I've seen white kids fight and be talking like they hood, and they be in suburbia white neighborhoods. So you're seeing that. What I'm saying, the influence is perpetuated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's perpetuated everywhere. Don't say the remnant.
That's a funny topic, but do that again.
No, hold on.
Don't.
Bro, just go online and watch.
Yes.
But there's the remnant of small. There's a small remnant of the culture of street corner gets to go mainstream because that culture gets on a microphone and then it goes out to the masses.
Right. What do we do?
That's what I'm saying.
So here we go. So
please tell me, what do we do?
This is what we're doing. All right. One, the culture from 13 to 30, it's very difficult to see them as worshipers. Yeah. We don't see them as worshipers. So we try to perpetuate that this face, these dreads, love God. We're worshipers. Mm-hmm. Tattoo wearing, he got tattoos. I ain't do it yet. I don't think I'm gonna do it
yet.
I ain't do no tattoos yet.
Say, how long you gonna wait?
I don't know, man. I might get one of Mona.
I'm gonna be like, can I get my tattoo now?
Nah. I don't think I'm gonna do
it. To iron your skin out, but get rid of them wrinkles.
But Free Life shows that culture in worship mode. Because the world won't show us in a state of worship. The world wants to show us as a villain. If you keep showing us as a villain, then it's very easy to see you die.
Yeah. That was the Bill Cosby approach. He was like, I want to show us in a different light.
Right.
Because we were Sanford and Son. We was in the junkyard business. We was what's happening, a struggling, cafeteria, good times. And he was like, okay, we need to show them.
Arriving.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when he did that, people start going for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
People start going to college. People start trying to be doctors and lawyers. And that is why they try to discredit him.
Yeah.
And so as the church, I'm not talking about the streets. I'm not talking about the white man. I'm not talking about the Jew. We have the power to change our own narrative because these are our kids. It's not like they're not up the street from a church. You got a church and a liquor store everywhere.
Right.
All right.
Facts.
And so.
And Chinese food place. Church, liquor store, Chinese food place.
No,
church, liquor store, Chinese food.
Church, liquor food.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Yeah, church.
That's how you know you in the hood.
Yeah. And so, but being in the hood or neighborhood doesn't have to be a bad thing.
Right. Yeah.
But the narrative has to change, and we have to change it. And so it's like, oh my God, what do we do? All right. First of all, the music is the quickest thing to perpetuate a culture. All right. You can say what is, and then you can say a dream of what is. Like you said, it wasn't no pimping going on till Snoop, who wasn't pimping at the time. He probably ain't never pimped, but put it out there, and then more people start signing up to pimp.
And,
you see what I'm saying?
The language of pimping and dehumanizing women.
But what we don't do, so you dehumanize it. What we are victim
to do the reverse
is we don't show us in a worship way. So if you start seeing black men,
or not just worship, just humanizing women, like celebrating
just
women, like you come again,
But I'm saying the culture. Let's say if they do that, because they do.
Yeah.
Let's say if they worship, because they do. We won't show it, and we won't show it in our churches. We won't show it in places where we have control. You won't put rap on your pulpit. You won't. So you keep muzzling your own son and his culture that you raised them in.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we want here's black people. And here's the real definition of a nigga. Is when you want everybody to change and you won't. The first evidence of sin in the Bible is when Adam said, when God said, hey, have you eaten of the fruit? It was the woman that you gave me. It was blame. All right? And so we can keep blaming, but I'm saying our part with our power, with our kids in our neighborhood, with our services and our music, have the power to change it, but we won't.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we influence so much, like even just down to clothing and all that kind of stuff. Like,
and the problem is that I like what Desire says, that the church tries to separate from the culture.
Right.
But
That's what I'm saying.
You can separate from it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But you go right back outside.
Yeah, but that thing is, we're not going into. Somebody
go to get a cigarette as soon as you walk out.
But that thing is, that thing is come out from among them. That's the culture they're trying to say come out of. That's the problem.
Because they take the word
instead
and they say,
influence
be not of the world and all of that. And that's not what that means.
No.
And you still ain't doing it.
Right.
Even if you try, you ain't doing it. You ain't there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You left your devil right out the door. He gonna wait on you.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you come out, he gonna jump back on your back. Yeah. So you're not doing it. You have to. And these are your kids. These are our kids. It's not like it's not our kids.
Yeah.
The church people be the ones crying. All right. They not being buried on the streets. They come to the church.
Come on.
To where there was a member of. Well, we got his membership. He signed up to be a member when he was 12 years old, and he came in a couple times and he never came back. And
ran him out.
We could never get him to pull his pants up, take his hat off, and and all of this mess.
It has nothing to do with God at all.
And so the thing about it is, man, we keep pushing them away. We keep pushing them away. All right? And so as the church, this is why we do this. And I'm going to tell you, man, I've realized, too, that the women have total control over the black church. It is what it is. I don't care who your pastor is. Yeah. The women run the church.
With that being said, I think
and
about
the gospel industry,
their mother or their aunt and mother, Quavo and Takeoff and Offset. I was just wondering, what is she thinking right now? Like, because I feel like she's a church mom. I feel like that. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like, she
you
had
feel like their people isn't.
Or did she just look away from everything that was happening?
You get that money.
I just wonder. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just wondering, what is your thought process?
When a child becomes a certain age,
you can't tell them nothing.
You can't,
Yeah, a lot of these rappers got good parents, like good moms.
When I was out there, my mama loved me, but
something clicked to bring you back. That's what I'm saying.
You click.
Oh, okay, well,
Lord
amen.
Jesus, I ain't mean that.
What is happening?
But,
no,
Yeah.
move on.
What I mean is that something was instilled in
That-
you
You
to bring
was
you.
instilled in me.
Okay, I stopped.
My
I'm
God.
trying.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
promise
saying.
I'm trying.
I'm just saying that when I was
Don't laugh.
and I can look back and see it.
Lord Jesus.
Church of God in Christ, which I love my upbringing, but when I got to the age of where the culture was starting to peak out of me, it wasn't for me because they didn't like there was nothing there culturally that I liked. You know, I love every now and then shouting, but that wasn't it. So check it out. When Lee Wilson at World Changers said that I could come and be a part of the youth ministry,
MBU.
he said you could come do your thing, the performance that I want you to do you, which is the culture.
Right.
And Inline was about the culture. That's the thing that saved my life.
Yeah.
Not necessarily being over there with Pastor in the Dome, which
Right.
was good, you know, because that wasn't the culture for
Right.
me. What saved me was being over there with the youth. Because for me, I was like, this is it. This is my culture. This is 808s. We ain't here going crazy.
Walls are
I'm a
sweating,
God
yeah.
lover. I'm with G.O.D. And if you ain't a God lover, you can't roll with me. Now, that's the culture, but we're talking about God.
God,
We're
yeah.
worshiping God in the culture. Everybody jumping around. And so, therefore, the culture is what, when I saw God in culture, I was like, that's it.
Wow.
And that's what to this day I'm just realizing. Until
That
God
moment.
was put in the culture, I wasn't going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to no church. I was like, man, I could do God at the house. You know what I'm saying? I
And
pray
it's
to
like you
myself.
almost age out of church. Like you go until your mama
Yeah.
can't tell you to go no more.
But
Right.
look, culture
Unfortunately.
is all church. Because most white people don't come to black churches not because we ain't serving God. It's because of the culture. Black people don't go to white churches not because they're not serving God. It's because of their culture. It's
Yeah.
because of how they do church. And most of the times, people go certain places because of how they do church. So what I'm saying is nobody does church for people that look like us.
Yeah.
All right? Or they do a Friday night service. Or a Saturday night outreach.
Or once a year.
Yeah,
Right.
but we
Do it
can't
once a year.
disciple with that now. You know, now you
I
need
see.
some good old hymns to get close to him.
No,
you
you
know,
don't.
nah, bro.
Bruh, it's-
hymns is raps for that day.
Yeah.
You know, they
Them they
100-year-old
raps.
raps.
Yeah.
You know
Raps
what
for
I'm saying?
that day.
Yeah. To
real.
secular melodies.
Right, and they were
So
wrote
right.
to secular
Yeah,
songs.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
But I'm saying is, we have the power to change it. We do, because it's easy. It's so easy for church people to do this number right here.
That's a shame.
It's a shame.
Or
what
they
do
sold that into
out
their
there
lives.
into them streets.
Right.
You know, no, that's our kids.
Yeah.
These are our kids. These are your kids that's
Yep.
getting killed. You see what I'm saying? These
Say
ain't
it.
street kids. These street kids was once church kids.
Yeah.
I believe
But
that.
I don't understand the part of where they act like they never did anything. That's what really blows my mind. You didn't just come out and then
And be
you
perfect.
was a great kid and you didn't make no
I'm
mistakes.
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you how that happens. It's called parenting. When you're a parent, you don't never tell your kids how
How
bad
bad
you
she
were.
was.
you know.
but
how-
when your kids ask you a question, it depends on, it's up to you whether you give them an honest answer or not.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
parents.
I mean,
lie.
people just hold face.
I'm
Yeah,
the honest parent.
Yeah.
Mom,
my God.
did you ever? No, boy, I saved myself to marriage. No.
Come on.
I tell my kids the truth.
All the
You think
time.
it came out your mama's stomach?
Okay, not that
Think it
part.
came out
Not
your
that
mouth?
part.
Oh.
Not that
I
part.
tell-
Love that
Not
story,
that
boy.
part. I
No,
know.
your
I love that
favorite-
testimony,
Oh,
boy.
yeah. That's not a
Boy,
testimony.
you love that testimony. That more keep coming
Yeah,
up, boy.
you.
I had y'all.
Boy, you like
longer
some of the Tommy Timber special, Tommy Timber testimonies.
I stand up and do that testimony. Giving up to the Spirit of Christ. Y'all think y'all came out your
Oh, no.
ahead of my life.
Okay.
But the control and the narrative of what's happening in the streets, the African American Church, which is the biggest organization, we bigger than any gang, we bigger than any political party. The church, if we came together. And that's why the enemy like to separate us into schisms. Church of God in Christ. Church of God by
Of
Christ.
Christ.
Church of God of Christ. Church
Third
of God.
Some like
Gospel
weird
of-
war.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird.
The third first Baptist
Yeah.
church.
Well,
We the third
first.
first. Baptist church.
Third,
Yeah,
first.
we full gospel. We half full gospel.
Yeah, we Southern.
We're
Gospel.
quarter full. We're quarter full gospel. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
You know, they keep splitting it up because if we come together, we're too powerful, and that is the net for somebody to just start fighting and keep breaking it down to your weak. So I feel
That's not even
you
just
gotta-
the church. That's the whole black culture. We're more powerful together, but we separated by so
Yeah.
many things. Jealousy. Most of it's pride, which is so weird.
But hip hop is so strong as a movement, you know, and we love each other. It's just what we perpetuate always come back. The power, life, and death
That's
is
what
in
it
the
is.
tongue.
And that's where the enemy come in.
If you keep rapping
it's
about
money.
death and you keep
Yeah.
listening to death, it's
That's
gonna happen.
it's gonna
So
manifest.
in the music. So we have an opportunity though to put light back in the music. It is called Kingdom Hip Hop, whether it's gospel or CCM. And my thing is, here's my assessment. Women control church. Black church. It is what it is. When you do the numbers on gospel music, women control that. So we've been trying to rap, or rap is you know, to women's ears is a vent. You know, it's a vent, and mama don't want to hear that. She want to hear worship. She want to go in there and cry. She wants y'all to sit in the back and be quiet while she get her worship on, you know, because she been working all week. This man ain't helping her, and blah, 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 blah. So that's her time. Church for, let me give y'all this formula. Church for on Sunday is designed for the African-American woman. If you go to church, you're going to see that all the men are married, and all, you know, there are a lot of single men. If they're single, I mean, if there are a lot of single women. If they're single men, they're either effeminate or kids.
Or have a title.
All right? If they have a title, if they're a deacon or they play
yeah,
music or something like that, then they're your masculine men.
Yeah.
And so the women control the culture of black church. If the women helped us, man, if women helped us, if my life changed when my wife clocked into my career. You know, me and Black, we were saying, but this the year. This gonna be the year. No, this year, but this year we gonna pop off. But we gonna, and not until a woman got involved in our lives, and then another woman, Pastor Taffy Dollar, saw something in us, gave us an opportunity, took the music to a whole nother level because a woman clocked in to help this culture. If women, I know, you might not like the music, auntie, or you might not like the music, mama, but if you help these rappers that's trying to push Jesus, if you got behind them, I know this entire game would change. When my mama, you know, like I say, you know, it ain't no secret. We grew up Kojic. You know the culture of Kojic. You know, no dancing unless it's Holy Ghost dancing and all that. And I did a convention in Florida, Eastern Florida jurisdiction. I did one of the youth conferences, and all the bishops and all of that, those people were there. And you know, I tread on awkward, so you know I'm finna do what I do. Y'all, you know, I ain't got no real church set. I give y'all one church song, but that's all I could get for you. So I started doing love song, and all of my career, my dad and my mom, they would never really do the electric slide. You know, just in case somebody walk in, see the, you know, my son dancing, that's fine, but we know the electric slide, you know, dance, that's from the clubs and all that. We don't know where he got it from, but we thank God that he using it for God. Yeah. And so it was like that. Then, you know, Dad went home to be with the Lord, and I remember my mom at this convention around 2014, 13, 14, somewhere. I saw her, and she picked me that day. I saw the conflict in her spirit of these people are watching me because of who I am in the Church of God in Christ and in Florida. And I was doing the electric slide, and she came up and she started doing the electric slide with me. The first time she did it, I had been doing the song for about 13 years at that point. And it was the first time and all this time that she came and danced with me. And that day, I had a feeling like, man, my mama picked me today.
Yeah, and you was grown.
But the thing is, they have that in them, but it's suppressed by church culture. I did the same
but
thing.
They suppressed it. They're suppressing themselves.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's fake.
Yeah,
because they like, I would love to dance, but
bro, I did the same thing in AIM,
but
bro.
I don't know what she gonna think of me, and they thinking the same thing.
I did the same thing at AIM, and everybody was sitting there doing, liturgic dancing, and I came up there and did Get the Devil Off You, and they broke.
Bring that back,
bro. They broke out of church, and everybody was kick them in, and they had never seen that before.
And that's why your daddy changed my life, bro.
Yeah,
because.
But my thing is, they want it, but it's this thing where we can't. Either we don't trust it.
Man, y'all just gotta.
What
Stop doing
what
that.
are people gonna
we gotta
do?
break out. If you can dance with your kid on TikTok,
but I'm telling you,
can dance with your kid on church.
I think they don't trust it as the new move or whatever, but I've seen them break out of it, or I've seen it break out in these atmospheres or these environments, and I'm like, well, y'all hip hop. What are y'all afraid of?
But
I don't think they trust it.
No, it's not that. It's that there's a culture and a mindset that we could do this on Friday night at the youth event. We could do this but we can't do it on Sunday morning. And see, if it happens on Sunday morning, if the youth, that's why we do this here at Free Life. That's why, because we are trying to incorporate family worship in the Sunday morning service.
Somebody said they tried to do Won't He Do It, I guess your song, by Free Life. And they said it was too much for the church mothers. I'm like, that's one of the church's songs we got.
Come on.
Won't He Do It?
And the thing about
make a way.
And what I'm saying
that's
is,
what the church is.
Like it can't be like that. And it can't be.
Who you trying to say? The church mother, the youth.
And the whole thing about it is the church mothers see cell phone. Look here. Let me tell you something. These people don't care what the church mother say. This thing, if she gonna stay with her phone at the house with the long cable that's hooked up to the wall, the analog, and she gonna go with the rotary phone because she don't want to change technology and everything is still improving.
Yeah.
Eventually, she's not gonna be able to communicate because she won't change.
And she
the
won't
thing
be
about it is,
either.
there are the mindsets of old people that's probably I don't want to say they're getting rid. Anyway, there's a mindset of certain people, maybe 10 people that's holding down we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places, principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. We always think that that's a demon or a demonic force. But the strongest demon is a religious spirit.
Come on.
Because the religious spirit says that you're not godly enough. See, demons, we can say, oh, yeah, that joker got a demon.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
He got a demon. But the more powerful demon is the one that dress holy, talk holy, pray holy, but has suppressed the neighborhood because everybody's taking their religious, righteous, spiritual insight to heart. And she's saying, that ain't God. Ain't no way it ain't God, or God don't do this, or God don't do that, and because we don't know, or because we giving her that credit, grandma is shutting down the hood. That's why these niggas is shooting, because when they come to church, she won't let them in. I'm telling you, that's what has to change. That's what has to change. Y'all, we talking about all this stuff that happens in the hood, but when they come to worship, they don't let them in, or they make them extremely uncomfortable so that we won't come back. And I'm telling you, bro, the power of the narrative to stop all of this that's in the hood, because the Bible says, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. We're more than conquerors, so we really control the narrative. It's not really the streets. It's us. We're the ones that have the power. The doggone political figures don't go to the neighborhood or don't go to the corner and make an announcement about who to vote for. They come to the church. And so, therefore, the power, because they know where the power lies, and that power, grandma, great grandma, auntie, y'all are the ones that's causing us to get shot up.
Yeah, the thing is, the church mother has
now,
become.
They won't take that responsibility, but you have to.
Yeah, but the church mother is.
You can't tell me that what they do it is too much, and all these kids are dancing, and you want them to sit down because it's too much for you. You're crazy. You killing your own kids. Yeah, how you gonna tell us that we gotta get right? Man, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, Grandma. Y'all killing us.
Yeah, but the thing is, the
we trying to come
position.
to church. We trying to come to church. We trying to worship. And you killing us. You won't let somebody worship like they want to worship because it's too much for you. You killing me, Ma. You killing me, Ma. You killing me, Ma. And I don't come to church until I'm in the casket.
Right.
That's crazy.
Gosh.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is that the gatekeepers of the church is the older women. And that's the problem. It's like when you get to decide the yay and nay of what is and what isn't, then it's the thing that could bring life, you're killing it. And this the essence of a religious spirit is doing something and think you're doing God a favor.
A service by keeping them right.
I'm doing God. This is a God a favor by fortifying what's already been in place for over 100 years.
So let me tell you the lineage of you. You, God's sons, black, produced, brought us back together. Then I got saved, went to World Changers. All of the kids that we influenced, all the music that we've influenced, all the way from William O. Jr. to 1K Few to all the people that we influenced, all the way down that tree that's growing. All right? Your pastor said something at Rod's funeral.
Yeah.
He said, man, these boys I put them up, and I saw my mothers in the church.
He said,
and I had to ignore
them. Yeah.
What they were doing.
While we was up rapping.
While y'all was up rapping.
Yeah.
Two things. What y'all did is the reason why we're sitting in this building right now. That's one.
Yeah.
Two, because of the friction that he got, he didn't make another Godsons.
Yeah.
Like that was it. Because he didn't want to keep dealing with that friction.
Yeah.
So what could have happened if he'd have kept going?
Come on.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so what happened with y'all changed my life, which changed, like my sons, all my kids are producing, you know what I'm saying? Like that could have been
dead.
What if he would not have let, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What if he would have paid attention
The church
to the mothers that he saw?
We're going to kill a
A
movement
whole,
that end up reaching hundreds of thousands of people all over millions. And there was these dominoes that just kept falling. It's like, you start one domino, there's 2, 3, 4, and it keeps spreading. Well, that little Godson's domino that Bishop let us rap in the church and beatbox. We didn't have no music. We just beatbox. And I remember the church mothers just kind of,
That's amazing to me.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me, bro.
But
that's amazing that you would get an attitude because you don't like the music.
Yeah.
And we're talking about God.
Yeah.
And influencing your children.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me that you want us to die.
Bruh.
That you want us to die. Because if God is life, if Jesus is life, and we can't speak Jesus, you mute us.
Not until it's her grandson. Then she will change.
Or until he dead.
That's what I'm saying. Until it's her grandson in that casket, then she'll be like, okay, we need to do something.
I did a hip hop.
Crazy to me.
A hip hop album.
We got the power. Stop blaming other people, other cultures. It ain't the white man. It ain't nothing. It's us.
As a thank you, years down the road, as a thank you to my pastor, I did him a hip hop record. Well, I put his sermons over hip hop beats, and I was, chopping it up, had an MP and, creating hooks and verses like songs. And I did the CD. He did the cover, had an album cover. He was happy. Told the church, hey y'all, I got a hip hop CD. Some people clapped, some people didn't. But then people started hearing, like, man, I like that because it's him. That's our guy. Oh, he on rap music now? Oh, he's doing a sermon over a rap beat. I like that, and that's how they came around at my church. I had to put him on a hip hop beat. But even that CD, there were youth at the church that had people smoking, saying, hey, put your pastor back in.
Wow.
Love
it. Hip-hop reaches this generation. When you kill it, you killing the lifeline that's trying to get to it.
Right.
Yeah, the thing that you want to force on them is a dead thing.
It doesn't work.
It's like God said, even though Moses was alive, it came a point where God had to tell them, look, Moses is dead.
Yep.
So what do we tell the church?
No, you got to
What do we tell the church?
You got to be honest.
You got to look.
At this point, ain't no more shucking and jiving and dancing around.
What you gotta do is tell them,
they still have the power. That grandmother still has the power. So what do we do? Do we shut her down? Do
we can't shut her down. Just tell her to help.
What kind of power does she have?
Help, grandma.
Her wrinkled face is not going to change anything. What I'm saying is, what do we do?
Play what he gonna won't he do it anyway?
That's what I'm saying.
Let her deal with it.
I'm ignoring
because you got young people's life at stake.
She's going to heaven. Let's not go to her anymore.
Here's the
church should be about somebody who doesn't know Christ.
Here's the root of all evil.
Not the person who eat with him every day and rub his shoulders and God cried on my shoulder last night about all this hip hop. No, what do we do in the church?
Here you go. The love of money is the root of all evil. Mother can give now. The women can give.
Yeah, that's where the offering comes from.
Yeah, they can give.
So that's what they worry about. They ain't worried about.
Oh my God, it's all about money.
That's what it's about.
All about money.
If I offend them mothers,
everything is about money.
Mother, yes, it is.
It's economics in the church. Yeah.
Really, I know.
Yeah, it's economics in the church. The bills got to get paid.
It's sad.
If
young people not gonna pay the bills,
in your big hats and your sequins by themselves, with no men in the church.
Yeah, young people.
Go ahead and do that.
Sunday school offering is $2.13.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Then I'm leaving the church. How about that?
And check it out. When you talking about money, when there was a place that I was affiliated with, and this lady gave well.
And they don't want to upset that person.
She controlled the temperature of the church.
Oh, that's deep.
The literal temperature, which means it's cold in here.
And if everybody in her age group died today, there would be nobody in that church because everybody was over 80.
Hey,
is this what we're doing now? Is this what church is about?
But the bills was paid a year
for
in advance.
80-year-olds.
Yeah,
for 80-year-olds
and so
who know Christ.
At least we understand
already.
what the problem is. So now we got to say, Mom, we need you to keep paying the bills and helping.
Oh my God.
We're gonna put in some music for you. It's not like we're saying stop all hymns or. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just
implement.
Talk to all people.
Implement.
Like everybody.
If we're talking about spiritual food, then how in the world can a kid, teenager, young adult, or anybody of this culture survive if you only feed them once a year for the youth conference? Which I don't even know if they do that anymore.
They was there before they got there.
You see what I'm saying? And so if you're doing this by spiritual food, if you're saying that your service is the real service, one guy, this is something that went viral. He was saying, that you've made a career out of a moment, which means, you prophesied, God gave you a word and you prophesied, but that doesn't make you a prophet. And he said, man,
oh, yeah, I saw that.
God gave you a song, but it doesn't make you a psalmist.
Yeah.
He said, some of y'all have started churches and you're not pastors to lead people. You need to be right back there. In the ending statement, he said, is you need to be right. You're really supposed to be right there in youth ministry. And so here's my problem with the entire statement that everybody loved. One, bro, I can't come up at all.
No.
Like I can't have an ambition to at least dream, to at least try. So you knock me down when I want to preach or prophesy or try something different? You want me to stay in the mentality of what you think about youth ministry. Yep. So the youth ministry is the low totem pole of your ministry, which is why all the kids are dying. And so it's like, wait a minute, bro, I'm telling my kids, I don't care if they switch what they want to do every day. I'm like, what you want to do? You want to be an astronaut? Let's go. Where do we get a spaceship from?
Right.
Oh, you want a quarterback?
Call NASA.
This is the type of dad I am, though.
Exactly
and we'll go to NASA. Yeah. Matter of fact, I literally got a cousin who is a rocket scientist. So we'll get to NASA. Shout out to Stefan. Anyway, and so I am a dad that if a kid say that they want to do whatever, I'm with it. We change it tomorrow. I'm with it. Let's try that. You want to sing? You want to rap? You want to play quarterback? You want to play lineman?
Yep.
That I think I want to do. Let's go. And I'm a one that keep them dreaming. I'm not a pastor that say, man, just because you wrote a song, don't make you a singer.
That's so stupid.
What kind of person is that? They kill dreams if you're a pastor. Why? Because you're trying to keep your position as the pastor? Because you don't want no other pastors to come around you? What kind of nigga mentality is that? What kind of mentality is that?
Exactly.
I'm like, bro, you telling me that the people can't come up around you? Why not encourage them? He had a word. Maybe he'll have another one for you. Like, why shoot him down because he had a word? But just because you got a word don't mean you're a prophet. That sounds like a hater. Like, man, stop that. As a community, we killing ourselves. Like, we got the ability to do better for ourselves than we need anybody to do for us. We have the ability to pull ourselves out the mud. We have the ability to change our own narrative when it comes to finances. We have the ability. We don't talk about financial oppression don't talk about they got more money than you and all that. You might live in an apartment that costs $500 a month, but you do have $3,000 shoes on, or you do have $8,000 shoes on, or you got the latest J's. And everybody out the hood in poor neighborhood got beautiful clothes. And so the thing about it,
real nice car outside.
America is a prosperous country.
Yes.
So even even our hoods got money. Like, but the narrative is now y'all got to make it seem like you're poor, or really we spend all our money in other places. And so stop saying that we're poor because we're not. You see what I'm saying? But it's our narrative. The church have the power and the ability to change this if we will allow the culture to influence our kids with God language. Right now, all the language that's popular that comes from hip-hop is negative. So, of course, all the kids that subscribe to that is going to have negative impact because of the music that they listen to. I'm saying, let's go. There's plenty godly, hot, dope music that you could give your kids with the kingdom, but we just won't do it because you don't like it. So it's like, okay, well then we can't expect nothing to change until you change or until you die. And I don't want you to die. I want you to change to help us. That's why I'm saying, help me, Mom. Help me. When my mama came up there and danced with me at that church convention, I felt like my mama chose me. Like my mama picked me.
And it broke something on you because it's like your mama choose you for everything else, but in this space she couldn't choose.
She wouldn't pick me.
And because of other people,
and I understood her position, and I gave her that.
Right.
And
but
I
it still broke some off you when she finally chose you. And you're older, you're not even a kid because at the end of the day, you're always gonna be your mom's kid.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like my mama finally chose me. She get it, it clicked. She didn't think about everybody else and what they was gonna say. She chose me that day. And day, it's the same thing. People come to Free Life. Like it be a few aunties and grandmas in here, and they kind of be standoffish. But once they kid is into it, they like, okay, I might not really like the music that much, or I'm not really, it's not my taste, but
I love it
my
kid,
he loves it. He's
Yep.
doing something positive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's
and
not
how
that's
many
a lot of
other
people.
Things, let me tell you, they do it in everything except church. When a mom gets behind a kid in sports, that kid has everything that they need, and she's screaming her head off for that
sucks.
kid.
Yeah.
Right.
In the beginning, you learn it.
And he's going through the development, and she's with him 100%.
Even when he don't play,
she's not in school,
and she comes to the fence and say, "Coach, he ain't been in the game
yet." But look, she does that for everything except church.
Come on.
This makes no sense.
And let me tell you something. Like, this black woman is my hero because she's doing a lot by herself when the man ain't there. So I understand you want your worship. I understand you want your time. I understand that you work a couple jobs and he never come to church. But the culture is now that we're dying.
Yep.
So we need help because spiritually, when it comes to church, we're not saying either we're on the instruments, or we got some keys, or we're doing something. We're working security, but we're not sitting in the pews, unless we're effeminate. You know what I'm saying? And those guys, if it wasn't for effeminate men, there won't be no men in the church, in the black church. Now that's 100%
kind of reality
real.
Is that?
It's real though.
Yeah.
It's real. So the thing about it is, if you want the impact of hip hop in the church, you got to play the music. This ain't about hats and jeans and necklaces. It's the music.
Necklaces.
It's the music. It is the music. Put the music. We need to do remakes of old school songs, but we got to do the music. And so that's all. I'm not mad at the African American female. I love, like, if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't have a church. That junk would be gone. It'll be gone. But I'm saying, Mama, you got to help me. I need help.
You gotta change your mind.
We need help, Mom. We need help, Auntie. We need help, church mama. We need help. We need help. We dying because nobody will let us worship. So we're frustrated and we keep venting because of what's going on. And when we come to church, the culture ain't for us. It's almost like, in our mind, it's like going to a white church or going to a Spanish church or going to somewhere outside of our culture. So how long you gonna do something out of our culture? How long you gonna do something out of your culture? If you don't feel the music, even though he preached about Jesus, he might be preaching it in Spanish. How long you gonna sit there? You won't. So therefore, we're not coming, not because we don't love God. We're not coming because the culture is not for us. It's for you. So you gotta help us. That's all I'm saying. I hope you heard me. Help. Please. We can't keep doing this over and over.
Yeah. So prayers to Quavo, the family, everybody involved, the other victims that did get shot. I don't know if they made it, if they didn't, but definitely prayers to them. And everybody got to do their part, bro.
So
Charmaine Smith on there, she said, "I'm committed to helping." Thank you, Charmaine.
Thank you, Charmaine.
Praise God.
Thank you.
A black woman, y'all are so powerful in this country. And in the church, y'all could change this whole narrative.
We can.
If black women got behind Christian hip hop or gospel hip hop, see the Christian hip hop is thriving because white people support that. Gospel hip hop is struggling because black people won't support that.
So white people support each other regardless.
Right.
That's the only thing we miss.
So if we had gospel hip hop that was supported, and they'd be like, "Well, you doing good." I'm talking about a movement. I ain't talking about an individual. I'm talking about, man, y'all got to help us all. We'll take one of y'all, but we can't take. We won't leave all the. No, it's a movement, and so we need help. If black women got behind this thing, I'm telling you.
Come on, black women.
I'm telling you.
Let's go.
I'm telling you, I'm talking about Super Bowl
Black girl magic.
halftime status on gospel hip hop artists.
Well.
Because let me tell you, Kirk Franklin is considered as our rapper.
Yeah.
He's the gospel hip hop rapper.
Yeah,
in their mind.
He chose for BET Hip Hop Award. They chose Kirk Franklin.
But he's the one in the African American woman's mind. Kirk Franklin is our rapper.
But that seems like
and he's been that rapper for 35 years. Yeah. He's been that.
Even
that
like
guy.
when I looked at the Stellar Awards the other day, the nominees for the past 3 years, and it's the same people. It's the same issue.
Well, that's
at the award
that's
shows
record labels.
too.
That's record labels.
Okay.
And see, record labels follow the trend. But if something starts selling, it'll change.
Right.
See, look, Lecrae is doing well in the Christian hip hop world and in the Christian world with predominantly white people because he's selling.
It just blows my mind. Like, they do everything out of our culture, and we're not the ones thriving from it. It makes no
it's crazy.
sense.
It's crazy. Like
we're the
they take
standard,
him
but
over there. They take him
it to another level.
See, people won't say what I say. I don't care. I say it. Like Lecrae is thriving. White people are made that boy a millionaire, which is awesome, multi-millionaire. I don't know.
But his
I hope he worth 100 million.
Yeah. From his own culture.
But why black people won't support him?
Makes no sense.
And I don't get it. And so the whole thing about it.
Because he started in the black church. Like, he started here.
And he tried. He tried to do that, but.
How many times you gonna fight till you be like, all right,
I'm going.
Yeah,
I tell him, boy, stay over there.
Yeah.
Stay over there, boy. Do your thing.
We figure it out.
Do your thing.
Come back.
But I'm called to the African American church, and I feel like, man, I was Southern Baptist ordained, so I'm called to all churches, I guess. But I know that the music can help this culture over here. Like we could stop killing in the streets if we had support with the music. We need support with the music because the music is carrying the culture. Kids might not listen to your pastor. They're gonna go to sleep on the front row. What helps them move is when they put them headphones on and them rappers start telling them about their life. That's their pastor. Whoever they're listening to is their pastor. There are rappers with more influence than pastors, and they don't have a church building.
Yeah.
You know what their podium is?
Yeah.
The music.
Yeah.
Right.
And so somebody,
Well, I mean, that's all rappers.
all.
Rap. It's just like before.
But it could be over here too.
Yeah. It's always going to be somebody that the young people look up to, no matter where they are.
Yep.
It's just who's it going to be?
Right.
And who has the influence? Who do I relate to? Who look like me? Who who world fits or reality fits my reality. If you create a reality that's totally disconnected from, there's no way you gonna reach them.
Right.
So.
All right, but we know what we have to do.
Yeah.
We either gonna do it or we not. That's it.
Let's commit, baby.
We love y'all, man.
Let's commit, people.
See,
hey, man. Hey, like and share. Like and share.
Hey,
before y'all.
I was passionate today.
Before y'all.
I wasn't screaming at you. I was just passionate. I love you.
Hey, like and share before y'all get off, man.
I'm coming over there to eat, mama.
Yeah. Like and share. Yeah. Like and share, people.
I'm coming to eat.
Everything. Hey, man, we'll see y'all. Hey, man. Years later, and we still in. Hey.
Man, I forgot.
Podcast with the interviews. Can't even stop what we do. Got a resume on the got something for the king, something for the queen. And we got to win a team by the good team. Then we hit a win by the booth, by the lean.
You know what it is when we in the booth. Speaking to the old, speaking to the young. And no matter what, we gon' tell the truth. See time harvest, you gon' see the fruit. We gon' do what the kids say, gotta pull it from the roots. Get the best, get the best, gotta get the loot. Find another with the preach, we don't get a suit. Terrible in the game, looking for recruits. Let's go now. You know I can't with Canton.
See y'all guys tomorrow.
Yeah. Later. Yeah. Don't tell them to go